Well, the house is quiet. Let's have a look at the charts. And a warm welcome to one and all. This is your first time here. The coffee up scratchy. And a warm welcome to one and all. And if this is your first time here, I'm the coffee obsessed Scruffy trader. And why? Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And he certainly does. And the house is quiet, so I made myself a nice cup of coffee, just relaxing, looking at the charts. Maybe he's having a bit of merriment with the guys on the Discord. And just to kind of keep momentum going and show them the way, I'm going to take you through the sheet that I showed you how the strength worked yesterday and then trade it. Because I live on my spreadsheet. Why? Because it's pretty accurate. It's about 80% accurate. And it's all based on maths, as is the charts. And I touched on yesterday about all these mechanical systems that you see. Oh, trade without emotion. Have a set of rules.
Oh, you can smell the shit from 5 miles away.
Well, one, trading with emotion is borderline impossible. The only way you can do that is to walk away from it. And that's why I look at hourly charts, because that enables me to do that. And to say trade with rules, they've all got rules. Otherwise, it's just a gamble, isn't it? It's just stupidity. Then you have the other one. Oh, I can show you how to make £500 a day while I'm flying about in my helicopter and get my gardener to cut grass. Doesn't tell you how much the account has to be, though. You need a big account to pull 500 quid a day. To the normal person, that is unattainable. You have to build it up, which is why I'm doing Morningstar, to show you how you can get there. And then you've got the sleaze balls in. I'm the only trader that shows real trades. Do you? Because I've never seen you do a real trade. And you're posting your advert on the front of my video. So you clearly haven't watched my videos either. He's a proper sleaze ball, him. It's a guy who says he worked for Barclays Bank. Can't stand him.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot.
Fuck you. Off.
Anyway, sorry. Getting off on a little tangent there, aren't I? Obviously being left in my little box too long. Time to get out of it. Let's have a rant with Scruffy. Haven't had a good rant for ages. But Winky says I'm not allowed to. She says it gets me blood pressure up and I might have a heart attack.
If you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed.
That's a little in joke, by the way, because I get a weekly email wishing me a heart attack from the trolls. Great, aren't they? Anyway, keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. You'll never beat me. Ever. And if I do keel over and have a heart attack, well, I'll just work from the hospital bed. It's not the first time I've done it.
Are you serious?
So there we go. Shouldn't be left on my own, really, should I? See, I never script anything. All I ever do is just flick the camera on, tell you my thoughts. If there's a question, I try and answer it. If you do have questions, do fire them at me all the time, because I genuinely answer every single one of them. I can't give you the magic pill, and if you want to see my strategies, I'll always put you towards the Discord group, and for what it is, it's peanuts. But I'm always there from 6 in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. I'm there, always answering, because it's worldwide, and sometimes people don't sort of understand the body clock, and I feel obliged to answer. So let's have a look, see what we're up to while I'm rabbiting on. Okie dokie. Well, as you can see, we're having a bit of Rick Astley today and a bit of a sing-song. Obviously, mine's better than Daz's there. I've got the classics in. And what I've said is, earlier on, I said, let's have a look at this sheet. Now, I've already done quite well, because we've been having a bit of a good chat all day. And so have the guys. Yanis, little salute to you, because you really are coming on leaps and bounds. And all these green days that you're looking at is what you want to be achieving, kid. Keep it going. You're doing well. Even Charlie there, keep going. You're going to get there. You genuinely are. And a salute to every single one of the squad, because they're moving forward and they're starting to get what I'm talking about. You know, and it's all less is more. Don't overtrade. Don't overstretch your account. Don't search for something that isn't there. Calm it down once, twice a day. Good trade. Get your sort of money in the bank and grind away at it. And when you hear these fools saying 4 times out of 10, think of it this way. I've got a nice expensive car. Well, I've got 2 actually, but if I take that to a garage and they only fix it 4 times out of 10, do you really think I'm going to use that garage? But more importantly, they'll probably do more damage than they repair. And that's what I'll say about this industry. And think about who tells you this. It's only people who sell your courses. Because it is a fantastic sales pitch. I've been in and around business for, bloody hell, 52. So I started 25 years. All right. I've seen every trick in the book. It is a sales guff, because it makes you believe that if you're shite, you'll still do okay. And the word there is shite, because that's what they are trying to sell you. Proof's in the pudding. I don't sell courses, certainly not selling signals, and I've got very little desire to be a teacher. So I can say this because it doesn't take any skin off my nose. I do YouTube because I enjoy it. I genuinely do. And if somebody gives me a coffee or whatever, goes to a good cause. Why? Because I don't need the money. You know, I'm happy with my salary. I'm happy with what I get. I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not bothered. You know, everything I've got, I own. You know, my house is nearly paid off. In fact, it will be end of April. Cars are paid off. Do what I want when I want.
No way!
So, what am I driving at? Well, it's really just backing up what I do with my sheet. So, let me have a look. So, if I look at my strengths, that went up at 20 to 7 this morning. And as you can see, it's CAD GB. And it's kind of telling you that this is the basket to look at. Now, there's certain things that catch my eye when I'm looking at this, because I can see the CAD is very, very strong. And the yen's down here somewhere. But there's a massive change of strength in the yen. And you can think to yourself, that's pretty good. So not only is it pulling that out, you can also look at these to sort of gauge good reactions, you know. And that's something that caught my eye, because what happens is when something's very expensive, it can sell. And likewise, if something's very cheap, it can buy. All right. And that's why the change of strength is important, because you can start looking to see if there's signs of this coming in. And from there throughout the day, well, you can kind of see that start dropping these in at 7 o'clock, which are the biases. And just as the guys ask, we're looking at the movements. Now, it's already picked out cable. It's saying the CAD JP, we should be selling that. And pound CAD, we should be buying it. You know, when we were doing this earlier on this morning, and I was looking at it, it picked out the DAX. And I'll show you the figures that it paid me, because it paid me very, very well. So at the minute, I don't have anything running. And that is what I've done. And you'll see that it's following on from the US tech that we were doing yesterday. It pulled all the buys out of cable. The the DAX rather. And actually, if I'm talking of cable, let me just pull this up a second. I was doing the 5% earlier on. And again, there you go. There's the British pound. There's the buy. And I've pulled the money out of that as well. So I'm quite chuffed with how that's gone. So, yes, I know my sheet works. You know, does it tell me directions, things like that? No, but it tells me the market to look at. And that's what I'm interested in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick flick sort of at this. And I may well look at the CAD JP as well. Because I've been keeping an eye on that. So let me just fire that over. Drop that on. What I'm waiting on this, I want a little bit of retracement on this. I got into it a little bit late and had to kill it off. As you can see there. But I'm going to let that push up just a tad and then try and jump back into it. But at the moment, I'm looking at this. And what I want to do is I kind of want to build it up in front of you. And then just drop a trade on for, I don't know, maybe he's 10 pips, something like that. And we'll be reasonably good to go. All right. So let me do my trades and I'll come back to you. Yeah, I think that CAD's ready to go up slightly. So just flick that over onto here. And just need to adjust that slightly. That's it. Okay, it's almost. Drop it to down. Maybe, yeah, I've got a little bit of time to build this up, I think. Drop it down to 5. Yeah. So let's take this from scratch. So it's telling me to buy it. And if I look into this to see what the situation is, the CAD is the strongest. And that is the weakest. Okay. So I need to come across here to find the pound CAD, which is there. And it's telling me to look on a 1 hour chart. And it's also saying whatever its last move is finished. All right. It's coming to an end. All right. That's kind of what this is, because the current strength is minus 32 against the 58. So it's telling me it's slowing down. So that kind of marries into saying it's a slowing buy. Okay. So there was the last move, telling me it's slowing down. There is the relief, and there's a little bit left to push up. Okay. Now, it also told me to look at an hour's chart. Well, that's what this is. So let's have a look and see what we can see. Is there anything in it we can see? Well, the first thing I need to do is gauge this pricing. So I'm looking for stall points. Well, there's one there and it's already tapped it, which is there. Okay. So if I just drop in a little line, just make it solid, just so you can kind of see it. And we can see that that's clear. Right, is there another one? Well, there's a one there. Just there. Right, so that price is trapped. I can see exactly what's going on with it. All right, so is it going to come down? Well, if it is, there's another point there. So I can put a level there. All right, what else is there? Well, there's another one there. And what we're doing is we're building up a chart. Right. So it's now on a level and I'm wanting it to come up here. Now, do I have 10 pips? Let's find out. Well, I've got more than 10 pips. So that's a nice arena to work in. And I've now got an entry point based on the tops of here. This is pretty basic stuff, guys. Simple stuff. So all I need to do now is figure out a time to get in. Because if I come back down here, this looks nice. Nice and easy. All right. Can I shoe this up a little bit further? Yes, I can. I can put a fib on. So I can run a fib from up there to there. I can see it's come down. It's failed to get into there. So it's given me a nice little zone here. And a failure. So I can draw a little zone in. Just like so. There. So I've now got a reasonable reason to trade this. Now, I like the price to come to me. I want, say, 10 pips. Boom. That is it, right? Got a nice order in. It's reasonable to assume that this is going to hold the price, which is what I wanted to do. So I'll just take that away. Okay. That's 10 pips, 11 pips. That's all we want. So just leave it. Just let it get on with it. And that was a very quick analysis of a chart based on, well, Sheet has identified that this is a reasonable contender to trade. You know, it's probably one of the ones that's going to move. And all right, a bit late to the party. It's like 3:20, being busy today. But you can't tell me that's not a buy that it didn't pick out, because it did. Well, it's now come back on itself. It hasn't got any lower into this zone. So if it's not going lower, it has to go higher. And if I'm only wanting 10 pips out of it, there's a reasonable target. And it is trapped between two areas. Simple stuff, guys. Simple, simple stuff. And to me, that's the art of trade. Hello, my love.
Hello.
How did you creep in?
It's coming.
So much for the quiet house, boys and girls. It's Winky's here. That means there'll be noise and mayhem.
That's you, that. I'm the quiet one.
No, right. I'll tell you a little story about a quiet one.
Oh, here we go.
When we're out in public, she's incredibly shy. When she's on the camera, she finds it really hard work. Right? But because she is shy and doesn't talk to many people and one thing and another, because she's quite reserved, I get 200% of it, because everything that's in there comes out at once. Right or wrong?
Early morning.
No. Why? Not like our daughter. Jesus Christ, her gob never shuts up. God. You hear her before you see her. And you don't need a bloody microphone.
I wonder if she took something.
Huh? I'll be right. Right, anyway. I'll run this out and I'll catch you on the other side. Sorry, boys and girls, I'm going to have to show you something, because this is absolutely travesty. I said, let's get some lunch. Well, I didn't actually. I said, get a coffee and a snack. The feck is that? Look, she's poisoning me. It's green. Green. This didn't come from Greg's. Sorry. Normal services resumed. Cow. She thinks it's funny, and now she's on to bloody doing social media. Sticks it up everywhere as well. I know what I want to stick up everywhere.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Okay, guys, it's just 4:10. I'm going to kind of call it a night. Just close off that order. What I did was I put a couple of staged orders in and around this zone that you said. And was looking just to punch some trades out. Simple stuff. You can see it was pushing to the top end, catching the top of here, but it's also showing up there exhaustion. It's coming on to the end of the night, and with London closing in half an hour, this might pull back slightly. And it's the end of my day. I've been at this since 6 o'clock in the morning. Why? She says I have to. And if you've seen what she's just fed me.
Was it nice? Did you eat it?
No.
You did eat it? There's the empty plate.
No, I ate it because that was all I had. Didn't exactly look like it came from Greg's, did it? Bloody hell.
Oh, had you?
I mean, I'm wasting away here.
You've had your full English breakfast.
Did I? We went here.
You ding dong!
It was very nice. We went out this morning, and apparently, well, it's the law, isn't it? You've got to stop off and have something. And now I'm paying for it because she kicked off. Apparently, I'm not healthy enough.
You'll be getting your tea shortly.
Yeah. And I'll be ordering it in as well. I'm not trusting your cooking after that. Right. There we go. A few extra quid added to a good pot. And why did I pull it? Well, there you go. I could see that's coming. And I didn't really want to sit here all night. So 70 quid for an hour. I can live with that. Can you live with that? Mm-hmm. How's your trades gone today?
Better.
Better. And why are they better?
Because
Well, you are allowed to answer.
You didn't go the wrong way and I'm not stuck in them for ages.
You didn't go the wrong way. Not so. Her technical speak is amazing, isn't it? I'm proud to show, boys and girls.
Well, the last two trades have been stuck, haven't they, for days?
Yes, you were caught in them, but that's what a swing trade's about. One of the things Winky's struggling with at the minute is holding on to a trade. Because not only is she itching her finger to be in it, she's itching her finger to snatch at it. And if it moves slightly against her, it's the end of the world. And it is quite interesting to watch all these emotions again. See, I went through this 10 years ago. And well, sometimes I still go through it to a degree, but as time goes on, you kind of sanitize yourself to it and your emotional content. See, yours at the minute's probably dialed up to 11.
The numbers all go to 11.
Because it's all over the place. You panic. Mine's dialed down to about 2. It's just because I'm sanitized to it. I'm looking at it all the time. So it is interesting to watch you do this. But do you find it easy using a 4-hour chart like I've showed you?
Yes.
Excellent. See, it's calmer. And all right, the numbers don't look big because you're playing with pennies. But you would never make that in a bank. And that's what you're driving at. And that's another thing, guys. It's like Morningstar when we're watching that. The idea of it is to show you how to build accounts up and one thing and another and manage accounts. One thing you want to take away from any video you see that I do is it's always process over money and patience. And if you, I don't know, see your high net worth and you've got £10,000, £50,000 sitting in a bank account, how much will that make you? Next to nothing. But if you had, say, £2,000 trading account and you did 10% on that in the year, that would probably make more than your money that's sitting in the bank doing nout. Just a different way of looking at trading. And if you look at it that way, it stops you swinging for the fences. And that's what these course sellers are trying to get you to do. They say, oh, you're going to have the big swing. No, it works in a trending market. And doesn't matter what system you've got. If you're on a trend and you're on the right part of it, you make money shooting fish in a barrel. But the markets don't trend that much. Not really, you know. Most of the time they're in a range. Could be in a loose range, but they are range bound. And that's why they flog this 4 times out of 10, because it's a fable. Simple stuff. And just as a parting point on that,
they've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
if you are looking at fixed strategies, that's the way it is. That means your stop has to be fixed and your target has to be fixed all the time. And it fails because the markets are not fixed. You know, a 10 pip stop today can be a 40 pip stop tomorrow. So if you're doing 3 on 1 on a 10 pip, that's 30. But you lose it tomorrow, you're down by minus 10. You've got to be able to read the charts and put your trades in, well, appropriately, I guess, you know, with rules and decent management. Do you follow the rules?
Yes.
You lying cow.
Try to.
Not even bloody close. The only... All right then. What rules do you follow?
I only look at it every 4 hours.
Right. So when you were at it at 7 o'clock and the candle's shutting at 9, how did that work?
Well, I was going out, so I had a quick check.
So that's following the rules, boys and girls. Bump it by 2 hours and you'll be all right because you've got to go out. Bloody hell. Give me strength. Well, that concludes another episode of the Scruffy Trader and Wonder Wink. And I'm wondering what bloody Wink's doing. What are you doing?
I'm getting better.
You are getting better. You are. And you're the best anyway, so that doesn't matter. So as always, boys and girls, trade well, keep your risk managed. Don't jump the gun by 2 hours because you think you have to go out.
I did have to go out.
But do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.